Hello, fellow academics, and welcome back to the next episode of Willowmere. We have made significant progress, as usual, because, that is just what we do. And today, we are going to start focusing on our final monument. So, to have a quick look, first of all, our nice connection network over here looks great. What about our power supply? We are doing, not so great. I guess there's not a lot of wind going on right now. So I think we're slowly draining our batteries. And that is exactly what we are doing. But our beavers are removing those trees, and then we are going to place down our last monument. Which I think over here will look quite nice. We just need to make sure that we're not interfering with our zipline structure up here. But I think overall it should be okay as well. Just going to add a little bit of a path system back here. And yes, there is no particular system to this madness. So, yeah, that's all right. Let's just place it here like that. Let's double check if our monument needs power. It does not need power, which is good. And then we can actually place it right here and, get things going. Let me, everything up here is already high prioritized, so all of that should work just fine. Let's speed things up a little bit and then start placing our monument down. 20,000 science, piece of cake. Now this will take a while to build. We do have all the gears. We do not have all the treated planks. And that does remind me, oh, that's a printing press. Now we do have a second treated plank workshop in. Definitely have more than enough large warehouses. Fine resin to keep this going. And then we still have our tapper shack way back here. Wonder why these died. Oh. Let's have them replanted. So we're going to remove these. But now it's nighttime, so everyone is taking a break. What else do we need here? Metal blocks. We had expanded our metal block production and have also created our mine. And this is thanks to my comment section. I know now that, this was one of the causes of our beaver injuries. One thing that we can definitely do is pause an explosive factory, because we're not using any explosives anymore. So we can slowly increase our explosive level. I'm gonna pause a couple of things. 12 beavers are injured, but we do have 20 jobs to go. Also going to reduce our scientists, reduce our dirt excavator. We don't need all of those. And where else can we actually reduce some workload? We could actually pause this guy. There should hopefully not be any more poisoning from the bad water. I love if this guy would actually help reduce the recovery time. But yeah, I don't think that will actually happen. Alright, so this is being built. Happiness is still steadily increasing. Campfires are still a little bit low, so are the rooftop terraces. Now, I think we're going to actually delete this one. And then put in a couple more campfires up on the rooftops. Well, that is a weird spot, considering we're setting fire to something that is completely made out of wood. Yeah, not my choice. Or let's say not my first choice. But, it is what it is. All right. So I'm gonna add the paths up here. And then under well-being, we're going to look for the campfire. It's the very first one. And we cannot place it here. That is probably because they fixed it and we can't actually place campfires anymore on the top of any of the buildings. So, going to remove these. We're gonna leave the connections. Oh, no, 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 no. We're not going to delete our house. But we're going to leave the connections and then put in a couple more rooftop terraces. And then just going to place a few more campfires, I think, over here. I think we're also going to make a shortcut for our beavers into the housing area over here. Yeah, that looks good. Put down a staircase here. And then under well-being, now we can place our fireplaces or campfires over here and connect this up with the path. All right. So they can build that whenever they get to it. They still haven't started on this. What are they actually building right now? Oh, look at that. We're actually, I forgot, we are actually creating more space here. Because we have built this blockage here. And this will allow us to store some more water. Yeah, you know, that's alright. This should not be the highest priority. So let me lower this a little bit. Because then they can start focusing on the buildings that actually matter. We have 1,000 metal blocks, so that's pretty awesome. Got almost all the metal blocks. There's definitely a treated plank factory that would help us. Let's... it is nighttime. I'm gonna wait till the morning, then I'm going to destroy this part. And we're gonna connect it up and put another treated plank factory just over here. Let me actually make sure that works with the zip line on top. Treated planks. It does not because the zip line is in the way. All right. So we would like to place it, well, I say we. Yeah, let's call it we. Would like to place it somewhere else. And I guess we could just place it here. Would need to make the connection from here over there. Alternatively, we could actually just place it here with the zipline station. The delivery path should actually be relatively short. So let's do that. Highest priority for this one, because this will help us in the long run. Make sure, yep, we do have 2,100 planks, so we're good to go with that. And they're still not building this. What are they building now? Oh, probably the book. Nope. Well, I'm sure they're building something. Right, we're back to almost full building likes workers. I guess so. Building needs water. That's this here, which makes sense. Kind of would like to consider putting a pumping station over here to keep this running, but again, I don't think we actually need to. So instead, let's quickly high prioritize a couple of things, because we haven't done that in a while, and this is mostly for our beavers' well-being. So why not high prioritize these? All right. Rooftop terrace is in, connection is in as well. Second rooftop terrace is in as well. We have now 6 of these. Pretty cool. And overall, I think that will be fine. We're also starting to build all of this. We're building it from this side. Interesting. And no complaints here. Now this is coming in as well. Connection is there. Fireplaces are in as well. So that's pretty nice. And our treated plank factory is in as well. Now they are building the printing press and still haven't started with this, but that is, again, okay. Beavers are getting injured again. So maybe we should actually consider putting down some bots after all. Don't need the refinery, bot part factory. Would need a few of these. And then an assembler, of course. So let's just put it down. 1, 2, 3. And then the assembler. So we get at least some bots on the go. Recipe. One will be the chassis, the other one the limbs, and the next one will be the head. We're not gonna over-optimize this. Should I high prioritize this? We have no recipe selected. But we could do actually one for punch cards. We had set it in or put it in for books, because I think in terms of well-being, we're actually down to 48 again. Books are actually, they could use some more. Fountain of Joy has been reduced because it's not existent at the moment. Kind of makes sense. Now this is a prime spot for a scarecrow. So let's place one here. And while we're at it, where we should really place it is close to our hub. Or hubs, because I think the most beavers will actually get a benefit out of this, and we do not need that one lonely power wheel. We also don't need the power wheels up here. Let's remove them and now put in a scarecrow, actually just under here. And while we're at it, why not here as well? Okay, everyone is also getting water, so maybe we should place a scarecrow just up here. Yeah, that covers it all. And then we definitely have a ton of scarecrows running around. Well, I guess not running, but yeah, you get the drift. All right. They're actually now starting to put things into our final monument. And again, maybe we just ignore this. Let's have one season without bots and just deal with the injured beavers. How could we deal with them in the best way? Did we not start building stuff here? Did I decide against it again? Huh. So let's actually have a think about this. If we are to go ahead and place 1, 2, and then put this one up. Actually, we don't need this one. 3 deep will actually be, or will suffice. And then we're gonna put one more in here. 3 deep platform over here. I prioritize all of this. Put in our path just over there. And then build another house on top. Ha. That actually needs to go one up. So we don't need this. Actually, it didn't really matter. But what we really do need are the 2 of the platforms, and then we can create the path to fully connect it up. All right, again, priority tool. I prioritize all of this so we get a few more beavers in. I could have put this up 1 higher, but yeah, obviously don't need that. So overall, I think that'll do. Cool. And obviously we should really connect this up. and there is no direct pathway. So what we're going to do is put a staircase in, put this on the highest priority, and then we have another house in our system. Right. Awesome. And they're not finishing us because it is nighttime again. Oh. Building, unconnected building. We're working on that. Building lacks material. What are you lacking? Maple syrup, chestnuts, wheat. Do we not have enough wheat production? Maybe not. Alright, we can actually fill all of this up with wheat, so let's do it. Gives us a bit more to work with, and probably still don't need as much of the berries. Yeah, we're not really touching them, to be honest. So let's go ahead and remove this and remove a bunch over here. Highest priority, because again, we haven't prioritized anything in a while. Yeah, never mind. So while they're doing that, the house is in and fully connected. Now also chopped away all the berries that we don't need, so we can fill it up with wheat. Here we go. Do need some more chestnuts. The trees are actually growing in here, which is pretty awesome. Let's have a look how far you can reach. You can reach until there. So let's go ahead and mark these resources for demolition. And this is our maple farm. Oh, they have actually put in all of these. They're also still building all of that. Not that they really need to build this, but I guess while they're still mostly focusing on this part here. So let's have them keep building it, because kind of why not? Okay, anyways, now this should be properly hydrated, and what we're actually going to do is set these resources to be demolished. All of this is set to be chopped down, and once these are demolished, we're going to replace them with maple trees to increase our maple production. There we go. Now that will take a while, but I think it does make sense. He's doing nothing right now. I guess fair. But overall, that should technically help us. We actually now have unemployed beavers. Interesting. Right. We also wanted to high prioritize these to be chopped down so we can replace them with chestnut trees. And in that sense, we're just slowly chipping away at trying to make our beavers happier and better supplied, to be honest. While we're still expanding or building our final monument. All right, chestnut trees, you go in, being planted, awesome. Because this is on the lowest priority, I think that's why they, how about I do this? Let's do that and set these on the normal priority. Maybe now they will actually place these. Could also make a little shortcut. Yeah, I guess why not? Over here, like this up and this, as well as a platform in the middle. And then just to make it easier, super high prioritize this part. Look at how many of them are working up, and everyone called it a day. But did you see how many of them were working on there? Now that's teamwork. All right. Also should set these to be chopped down. I think... Ah, they can't actually place these because this guy is too far away. Interesting. Now what we could do, because this is slowly running out. Well, not really running out, but running down. So briefly place a forester in here, highest priority. And then we're going to set up to place some pine trees all the way over here. Fill all of this up. When the bad water returns, I'm hoping that will be okay. Wait. Oh, I was like, who's planting these? But it's this guy. He's already in. Pretty cool. Alright. Back to what we were doing. We were kind of just looking at them doing their job. He looks very yellow. Why do you look so yellow, mate? Oh. No, you still look very yellow. Is it just me? You look very brown. Interesting. Didn't know they had different fur color. Is that on purpose? I mean, I like the variation, to be honest. It's still crazy. 5% construction done, so this will still take a while. We still have 10 days in the drought. Plenty of water left. Actually, not that much, to be honest. But we'll be fine, because yeah, 2,300 water in storage. And again, like I said, 10 days, so that'll work out. But let's keep an eye on it anyways. You have 6 unemployed beavers, 6 injured beavers. That is the power of that very last house we put in. Still okay in terms of food. Like I said, okay in terms of water. So, not too worried about any of this. Alright. Building needs water. Yeah, still. No surprise there. Power is coming in. Power is now fully charged. Now we're creating now a little bit less than what we actually need. It's also okay. Alright. So again, making good progress. Let's have a look into our actual well-being. Button of Joy that's missing. Scarecrows are still missing. Roofs are missing. So should probably try to build some roofs. Let's go ahead. If we place this here, how would we get up there? Yeah, we'll place them here anyways. Put in a staircase in the back. I prioritize this one. Put a roof under decorations into here. Set this to be the highest priority. And here we're going to do the weird thing that we always do. Well, maybe not always. Could put one in and then the... we don't actually need to go up. So let's put in... that's a bit short. Again, technically not that it needs to be longer, but... well, we can. Why not? Alright, both of these are in as well. Highest priority. So we have a few more roofs in. Like I said, scarecrows are still a bit scarce. So let's go ahead and sprinkle a lot more in around here wherever we can. Could also just place one over on this roof. Definitely one over here. And I feel like this kind of covers it all. Anything else feels at least a little bit strange. Yeah. But let's get our few more around anyways. So one here. Actually, let's place one here and one here. And while we add a one here. But also place one here. I guess the smart thing, if I would have thought this through first, would be to place one next to all of our transportation stations. So let's go ahead. We don't need you anymore. Put in a decoration. Scarecrow right in the middle. Actually, let me just place you in this corner. Then we do have technically a scarecrow up here, but you can't be reached. So we're gonna move you one over. We had splattered all of this. Let's submerge the scarecrow, because why not? Then we're gonna place one right next to you, next to you, next to you, over here. We have one over there. And I think now all I need to really do is high prioritize things. Because, again, haven't done that in a while. Alright. Where else? Here we got a bunch of scarecrows. There's one. Yeah, sure, you can pick up that too. Put all of these on high priority. You down there as well. Don't want to forget you. There, and here. And this one. And this one. Alright. I think with that, all the scarecrows are high prioritized. Alright, time for a sip. And unemployed. And injured. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's okay. One just needs to wait. Alright, it's time that the drought ends. 6.7 days. So still a bit to go. Alright, what else can we do? Still waiting for this to be built. That's kind of funny. A bunch of them just bring stuff in and out, and the rest just stays there and keeps hammering. They need so much stuff. Oh, I forgot this thing actually needs workers. 10. Okay. We can deal with 10. We have 8 already available, raring to go. So, not too bad. 3 of our buildings need water. Yeah, you're just there. Okay, what else do we need to do? I think that's basically it. Still getting explosives. They're not really building this. I guess they're also not really building this anymore, which is kind of nice. Because they really didn't need to do that. Oh, autosave. Maybe I should handle it more like Beaver and start taking a sip every time there's an autosave. Don't think we've actually changed the autosave frequency in Timberborn. Anyways. A good amount of supply here. I guess our beavers are just busy working still 16 hours a day. Now, with previously, in the last season, we moved this down to 0, which is kind of nice to do, but also at the same time completely pointless. And one thing that I do realize, I need to place these much earlier. Oh, we did want to actually build another treated plank factory. Highest priority. Come on, guys. Somebody build this before they go to bed. There we go. And that's in. Good. The connection is back up. Oh, we actually decided against putting it there. instead of we put them all here. Well, them all. Put one in there. All right. Let's increase our power usage by a lot. So maybe we should also increase our wind farm. Go over here. Yeah, let's do that. Just add 4 more for now. I think that will be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Highest priority. Just to make sure we technically do have enough power. So didn't need to set these to the highest priority, but now everybody has abandoned this. But I think that's okay. We have a ton more of these in there. Let's keep an eye on our pine resin. It is going down. Quite a bit, actually. So, what can we do in order to improve this? We could build another tapper shack just in this corner. Let me at least place the trees. Because at the same time, I guess why not, right? So need to make sure we do have enough. I don't think we ever put in any storage for our soil, but we do have plenty of soil in there. Let's actually remove this by 1. Give that a try. Do we only have 10 haulers? Maybe we only have 10 haulers. So, do they get enough material? They do. Okay, still running kind of low on the treated planks, but we're almost halfway there with these. Right now we have about a total of 1,000 of the treated planks, which is good. Gears are still fine. Yeah, still 2,200 gears, even though we have already pumped in so many in there. So could actually pause one of the gear workshops. No real need to do that right now. But we're almost out of the drought. And I think as soon as we're out of the drought, I'm gonna end the episode here. I completely forgot to keep track of how long I've been playing now. But let's just roughly assume it was half an hour. That totally makes sense. Actually, maybe I'll just end the episode right now. A lot of nonsense talking, but it was also a rough day at work, so yeah, you know, that's what happens. Beavers are still happily building, so with that, I'm gonna leave you all. Hope you enjoyed it. We did a lot of prep work and sort of optimizing our production chains. So if you did, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It helps out a ton. Otherwise, I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.